Welcome to the Ville, Yankeeville. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you're new here, drop a like, subscribe if you like the video. But anyone else returning, welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a fun one. We're going to talk about, can Ben Rice be an all-star in 2026? Obviously, Ben Rice, he's been promising in his young career with the Yankees. He came up about 2 years ago, and we've seen him first off. Obviously, he had a good initial start, but eventually he kind of got into a cold slump and we sent him down in his first year. But last year was the first full year of Ben Rice, and he did not disappoint at all. But going into his 2025 season, he hit 255, 26 home runs, 65 RBIs, a 836 OPS, and 131 OPS plus. So he overall had a really good season. He had over 800 OPS. He was 31% better than league at hitting. He hit almost 30 home runs, and he filled in at first base and played a pretty decent first base. But when it comes to 2026, his projections see his averages going down a little bit. He's at a 245 batting average, 21 home runs, 60 RBIs, 47 walks, 99 strikeouts with a 782 OPS. So the projection makers are saying that Ben Rice is going to take a step back compared to what he was this year. Do I agree? No, I disagree. I think Ben Rice will have a better year than he had this past year. He's going to be in his third year, his second full year, and he's going to be more acclimated to hitting MLB pitching. He's going to be more acclimated playing 162 games, and obviously he's going to be acclimated to him hitting consistently in the lineup. So I very much disagree with that projection. And let's get into his baseball savant. So when we look at Ben Rice's baseball savant, you see a ton of red. This is exactly what we want to see. And this is exactly what we see with the most elite hitters in the game. They're going to be constantly producing above the median of the rest of the league. When you look at batting run value, he's in the 87th percentile. Base running value, he's a little below average at 32nd. Fielding run value, he's at 43rd, slightly below average. But this is where it gets really fun. His expected weighted on base is at a 394, 97% in the league. Expected batting average, 283, 94% in the league. He was very unlucky last year. Expected slugging, 557, 97%. Average exit velo, 95%. Barrel percentage, 92nd%. Hard hit percentage, 97%. Sweet spot percentage, 90th%. Bat speed, 68%. Squared up percentage, 89%. Chase percentage, 91st. Whiff, 71st. K percentage, 65th. He doesn't strike out a ton. Walks, 63rd%. So he's above average with walks, which is very good to see that he strikes out less than average and he walks more than average. Fielding, his range, his outs above average, not qualified at first base. His arm strength, in the first percentage, he doesn't really need a super strong arm when he's playing first. And then catching, in the small sample size that he was at catcher, blocks above average, he was in the 28th, so that's a little bit of a concern there. Framing, 42nd, not a lot of time there, and pop time, not a lot of time there as well. And then sprint speed, this is actually a really good one to see. Ben Rice is 26 or 27, and his sprint speed is above average. That's really good to see from your first baseman. He has pretty solid athleticism there. But overall, Ben Rice, when it comes to his baseball savant, very, very promising. And it's very good to see something that we get out of the minors that comes up and is very productive early on. He was a 12th round pick in 2021, 363rd overall at a Dartmouth. So when it comes to getting production out of a 12th round pick that low is very impressive, and it goes to say about the Yankees minor league system. So when it comes to Ben Rice, we are very much expecting big things from him, and the baseball savant very much agrees with that. Now, when it comes to, can Ben Rice be an all-star in 2026? We're going to kind of look at, who the all-stars were last year in the American League in 2025. Obviously, starters-wise, We have Cal Raleigh at catcher, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at first base, Glaber, etc. But this is where Ben Rice could fit in next year if he continues to hit, whether that's him hitting 30 plus home runs, 35 home runs, even 40 home runs. That's not out of the question with his type of power and his type of eye and command of the plate. When you look at the reserves, you got Alejandro Kirk, Jonathan Aranda, Alex Bregman, you got Jazz Chisholm, Michael Garcia, you got Brandon Lowe, will be the best comparison for him, and a few of the other elite guys. But Ben Rice, if he hits and he continues to hit like he was, obviously he did it in a smaller sample size because he was hitting in a platoon. What I'm seeing from Ben Rice, I think very much he can get into the All-Star game just from his bat alone. A lot of those guys on the reserves hit, but Ben Rice can hit too. So I think very much in 2026, from what I'm projecting, I think Ben Rice can definitely slot in there. If he hits 30 plus home runs, he hits 260, 270. He's a consistent guy that's going to get on base and a guy that's going to hit in front of or after Aaron Judge. We could very much have another all-star hitter. But as I hinted on before, when it comes to Ben Rice, he's an elite hitter and got pretty unlucky last year. When you look at his baseball savant, you see a lot of things that were much higher than what he actually produced this year. He had a lot of hard line drives up the middle, to right, to left, that were caught. So hopefully this year he's a little more lucky and those line drives fall. And instead of hitting in the 250s, he's hitting in the 270s or 280s, just exactly what he was projected to do last year. So Ben Rice, he's an elite hitter already in his second year, first full year, and the numbers don't lie. Now, the next question is, can Ben Rice really take the next step? Baseball Savant is projecting him to take a step back, but I think, like what we discussed, Ben Rice can take a step forward. He has another year under his belt. He's in that clubhouse with Aaron Judge, who specifically was able to develop and become a great hitter. His first time coming up, Aaron Judge, he struggled. He struck out a lot. He didn't get on base. The power wasn't there, or the power was there, but just not as consistent. And when it comes to all the resources that Ben Rice is going to have, another full year, he's going to be able to work on his game. So I think he can take a step forward. Hopefully it's to an all-star degree, but if it's not an all-star degree after this year, that's okay. I think eventually he can get there. And I think a lot of Yankee fans really do feel great about Ben Rice and the way he conducts himself on the field, the way he conducts himself in the clubhouse, and the way he hits in the lineup. You really feel Ben Rice's presence out there, and I think Ben Rice can continue to develop, and I think he will be an all-star eventually. Hopefully in 2026, but maybe not, maybe 2027. Now, when it comes to his positional situation, can Rice really play catcher? Obviously, we have Wells out there as a starting catcher, but Wells has kind of struggled, especially hitting. Austin Wells has kind of been a guy that's been hitting in the 210, 215, 220 range. He might give you 20 home runs. He plays solid defense. Obviously, I think he plays pretty solid defense, but the hitting is where it's kind of being a question mark for him. Wells really hasn't done much behind the plate hitting-wise in the past year compared to when he first came up. Ben Rice, excellent hitter. He's a question mark at catcher. I mean, obviously that's his natural position, but we haven't seen a lot of him at the catcher position in the majors. So I think this year, I think we should give Ben Rice a little more time there to kind of see if he can take over the position. And if he can, that leaves first base open, and that can lead to Aaron Judge eventually transitioning to first base, and that would be a smooth transition for them. Whether we have Wells and Ben Rice play at catcher, because you kind of need two catchers in this modern MLB. And like I said, Aaron Judge would be able to slide into first base as he ages. So I think Ben Rice overall, he gives the Yankees a lot of flexibility coming out of the 12th round. That's something that I'm sure the Yankees even expect to get this production out of him. So I think Ben Rice, great hitter. Hopefully we can see a little bit more development defensively. And overall, I think Ben Rice can be an all-star in 2026. But let me know what you think below in the comments. If you agree, disagree, Is Ben Rice one of your favorite players on the team? And basically, what do you expect to see from him in 2026? But overall, thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and at the end of the day, welcome to the Ville, Yankeeville.